Having anxiety or OCD is not fun, but when it affects the way you eat or how much you eat, makes you nervous to eat, then it can become really scary. We're going to talk all about that. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels and I'm a child therapist and I make videos for kids with anxiety and OCD. I want to talk to you today about eating because for a lot of kids, their anxiety or OCD will tell them what to eat, what not to eat, and how to eat. So let's get into it. For starters, anxiety and OCD like to bully you. And so they bully you about a lot of things. Don't do that, that's scary. Avoid that, that's not good. Do it this way. Do it this way again. It tells us everything that we should be doing. But when it starts to tell us what we should be eating, now that's another huge problem. Our bully can lie to us about our food in many, many ways. Is there a spot on that? Do you see a spot on that food? I don't know if you should eat that. Oh, if you eat that, you're gonna get so full. You're probably not gonna wanna eat that. It's gonna make you feel sick. Does that seem a little bit too chewy to you? I think that food looks disgusting. Ew, where did that food come from? Do you think this food is bad? Do you think this food is expired? Do you think this food is fresh? Do you think that food's gonna taste bad? Your bully knows exactly what will bother you, and it will tell you the lies that are going to be the most upsetting for you. So they're gonna be different for everyone. So what is your bully telling you about your food? That it's too chewy, that it's too gross, that it's contaminated. What's the lie that your bully is telling you? OCD and anxiety love to lie to you. Do you remember this video? If you haven't watched this video on how OCD and anxiety lie to you, watch it. Because that's what anxiety and OCD does. It wants you to believe the lies so that you will do something or avoid something that it wants you to do. Now, when it comes to eating, that's really dangerous. Because if you avoid food, how are you going to get the nutrients that your body needs? So that can become a big problem. Now, a lot of people will just believe their bully and they'll say, maybe that is a little bit gross. Or, maybe I just don't like the taste of that. And you'll make excuses for your bully. You won't believe it's your bully. You'll think, well, maybe I'm just a picky eater. Maybe I just won't eat that meal. Maybe I'll just eat soft foods. Maybe I'll just drink. Maybe I'll just avoid that. But that does not satisfy your bully because the more you give in to your bully, the more it wants. And that's really bad when it comes to eating. So maybe your bully says, ew, whatever you do, don't eat that food. And so you say, okay, well, I just won't eat that. So I'll cross that off my list. And then you think the problem's gonna go away. But then your bully is like, good job. Oh, you're eating that? No. You can't eat that either because that's a problem. And it will give you all the lies about that food. Okay, well, fine, I just won't eat that and that. And then you think the problem's gonna go away. But it doesn't, because your bully will never be satisfied. The more you give in to your bully, the more your bully is gonna come knocking at your door and say, hey, I have another food I don't want you to eat. Don't eat that. And then your bully might even make rules around food. Your bully might say, I want you to eat food in a certain way. I want you to eat food at a certain time. I want you to prepare your food in this way. I don't want you to prepare your food in that way. I want you to spit out food that tastes this way or spit out food that tastes that way. I want you to cut your food this way. I don't want you to cut your food that way. Your bully will give you all these rules and they're gonna pile up so big that you're not gonna know what to do. And some of you might say, you know what? Forget this food thing, I'm just not eating. And so then you might just avoid eating altogether. And that's super scary because your body needs food. Food is the fuel that keeps you alive. If you don't fill up your car is not going anywhere. If you run out of batteries, your electronics stop working. If you unplug something, it's not gonna function. Your body is the same way. Your fuel is your food. And so when your bully starts taking away your fuel, that's going to impact your body because your body can't run without the food. So how do you start fighting back? Well, for starters, you have to stop believing the lies that your bully is giving you. And sometimes you're gonna have to eat things when your bully says don't eat them, even though you're feeling nervous, because your bully is lying to you. It's telling you that there's a shark in the water, and if you eat this, something really bad is gonna happen, when really it's a goldfish in disguise. And so we don't wanna believe the bully. It can make you feel a little sick to your stomach because the bully has the power to make you feel nauseous. And so it will use that as a weapon against you. Ew, don't you feel a little sick? You're feeling a little nauseous. Maybe you shouldn't eat that because that's gonna make you feel worse. But in reality, if you ignore your bully and you take a little bite and maybe a bigger bite, you're gonna realize that the bully was lying, and eventually that feeling, that sickness, will go away. But most of us don't do that. We just avoid, and then the bully gets louder. So the next time you hear a lie about your food, I want you to lean into the lie and say, it sounds like a bully. Sounds like a bully lie. I'm going to maybe take one more bite, or maybe I'm gonna lick it, or smell it, or leave it on my plate next to me. Take one little step towards the food instead of away from the food. It doesn't have to be a big jump. If you're not ready to fully eat something that your bully says you shouldn't eat, you don't have to, but maybe you leave it on your plate instead of getting rid of it. Or maybe you smell it. Or maybe you're brave enough and you lick it. Or maybe you're super powerful and super brave and you say, I'm gonna take a bite anyway. My bully just told me not to eat that anymore, so I'm gonna take one more bite before I stop. If you wanna be like crazy powerful, you eat the whole thing anyway. And that is how you get rid of the bully. I hope that helps a little bit. I hope you're finding the sparkle in every day, and I will talk to you again next Thursday. Take care.